There is no boundaries between us in this class, okay? Although you are student right now, but in this class you are the same. We are learner in here. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the second seasons of international class in here. And in this seasons we have some moderator. The guest star, she is Miss Sophia. And she will deliver us about the renewable energy. Before, without further ado, because the time is limited, I invite Miss Sophia to come forward to deliver us. Remember, in these seasons, after Miss Sophia delivers the whole of the presentence, each of us should give some questions related with the topic. At least 3 questions or 2 questions, and we will discuss it. Not only questions, if there is someone have additional informations or interruption informations, you can interpret to the moderator to clarify what she say. Understand? For example, there is some debatable topic related with the moderator. If you have any other resources, you can try to deliver to us. We are not debate here, but we are trying to discuss. But the different view are eligible for this class. That we found it that one. The differences become the unity our perceptions. Understand? Okay, go. Right now, I invite Miss Sophia to deliver the material related with the renewable energy.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, here I'd like to talk to you about renewable energy. Okay, before, do you know about renewable energy? No. Okay. Related to this topic, because it's motivated by global warming or about our economical, that renewable energy is collective resources, is from renewable resources, and it is which naturally depends from the human nature. It is such as like from sunlight or wind or waves and geothermal heat and etc. Renewable energy is provides in 4 important areas. The first important area is in electricity generation or in power generations. Okay, the mean here is interconnector enable countries to export and import the renewable system. It is by 2040 years, renewable energy system will have a big project. It is to kill core, or it is balancing like gas, naturally electricity in the world. And the second important area is in air and water, and the third is heating and cooling. In heating and cooling, it is in China. You usually use it in the department building. It is for bed or another. And the third and the fourth is in transportation and rural energy service. Especially in transportation, there was bioethanol and biomass or cellulosic biomass. And bioethanol it is made from a corn or sorghum or another. And cellulosic biomass it is made not from food. It's made from trees or grasses. And biomass and bioethanol, it is a feedstock for ethanol. And ethanol here, it is for increasing the mechanic of revolution or for fuels the vehicle like that. And now renewable energy is derived from a natural process that are replenished constantly, and renewable energy system are rapidly becoming more efficient and more cheaper. than another system like that. And let's talk about the history of renewable energy. In the mid of 19th century, nearly all energy it used was our renewable like that. Almost without a doubt, the first new renewable is from traditional biomass. It is for full fires. That means from biomass. I say it's biomass also made from what trees or grass like that. And the second from the historical of renewable energies is it's from the wine. Persian that harnessing the ship to order the drive ships over the water. It means the second historical of renewable energy is come from the wine, and the third of historical renewable energy is moving into the time of the historical recording. The primary sources of traditional renewable energy were from human labor or water power, wine, or firewood or traditional biomass or bioethanol. And in the 1960 or in 1970, that the people was feel afraid of the civilization would run out. But in some article in Scientific American said that in the far distant future, only our needed is hang on to the mainstream technologies. It means our needed only hang on to the solar power or hydropower or another. And now let's talk about mainstream technologies. Mainstream technologies is the first like wind power. Wind power, it is like wind turbines. Airflow can be used a wind turbine. Wind turbine here, it's help hydropower or a geothermal energy and solar energy. Wind turbine is usually in the right place and the best place for make a stronger the turbine and makes the wind is constantly, and the best place is in the offshore sites. It's like in the beach, but it's not beach, it's offshore sites. Okay, and the next of mainstream technologies is hydropower or in bahasa PLTA. Hydropower, the historical of making hydropower is from constructing large hydroelectric and reservoirs. In the past, when make a small hydro system, that the installation produce up to 50 megawatt of power, and from that some people was made a big hydropower than before from the reservoirs, because from the first hydroelectric that made by river, and the next hydropowers is the source is from reservoirs like that. And the next is solar energy. Solar energy, or we said it light from the sun. We get a renewable energy from the sun. We call it by solar energy. And solar energy, it is produced from solar energy is photovoltaic. And photovoltaic, it is a system convert light into a direct current. Okay, direct current. And okay, finish. And the next is geothermal energy. In geothermal energy, it is from a high temperature geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is produced as from bed or heating and another. And the next it's about bioenergy. Bioenergy, it is called by bioethanol, as I said just now, for a foreign vehicle. Okay, that may be enough for me. Thanks. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, generally, Miss Sophia tell us about what is renewable energy and what kind of the renewable energy is. So she said clearly about kind of the renewable energy that we can provide it. Yeah. Well, it's time for the questions sections. So start from Bilal first. Is there any question for you?
Okay, my questions. As you have told that there are so many renewable energy that can be used for solving the problem of energy in our country and also in the world.
Yeah.
But as we know that Indonesia has volcanic mountain, and then there are so many things that can be used for this one. So the problem is the most energy, for example, for electricity, Indonesia still imported from another country, and then for any other energy also. According to your opinion, what should be done by the government to maximize the all potential things that can be used for the renewable energy for Indonesia?
Example of the potential of Indonesians has for renewable energy.
And why Indonesia still have so many weakness in that?
Can you repeat? I don't get the idea. I think about.
Okay, later.
Oh, yes.
Keep going. Next. Okay, only questions. Everyone,
Next. What is
So that's why reading first before attend the class is really important. I already told you, right?
Okay.
Okay, Hania.
Should
The third question.
Just now Miss Sophia told us that many kind of mainstream energy or the example from renewable energy. Okay, my question is, what is the application that mainstream energy or renewable energy in our country, Indonesia?
Function, the fundamental of the function of renewable energy, firstly, it's to make efficiency of energy. Secondly, it will create the economical budget of our country towards the energy system.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what kind of the economical things that our government will have if we use renewable energy? Just economical aspect. Yeah? Yeah. If we try to implement it, all energy become renewable. What is the role of the government towards the potential that Indonesia has?
No, I will answer from Usaha.
Okay.
Hania first. And what is the application from the mainstream energy? And it is many PLTA or hydro or some PLTU or wind power here. The example is in PLTA Jatiluhur. Okay. And the next question is come from Ustaz Bila, that the role of government to make a create in Indonesia about our SDM, to give more information about the function of renewable energy to our netizen, like that. I am stuck, and it is maybe make a new job for our netizen in Indonesia that can for.
Is there any additions related with Bilal questions? Okay, what is the role of the government towards the potential that Indonesia really has? Is there any additions?
The role of government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The role of the government after the function of the government toward renewable energy, because Indonesia has many potential, to create the massive renewable energy.
The government would have a play in making a decision on a policy.
Okay.
There will be a measurement for each person or individually who want to really develop renewable and or apply in in that company, or let's say a firm. So the role of a firm will refer to the policy government. Yeah, that's one of the government role.
Okay. Is that enough? Just only government role? Is that enough? The government policy to make good renewable energy in this country?
No.
Okay.
Okay, in my opinion, that's not just from government, but from all member of this country. They from the individual, and then from all public in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So the government also, that's question Dila. This is the government must give the education. This is especially about the technology.
Based on PT Negeri Manajemen Indonesia, Indonesia already has some of the factory that concerns of renewable energy, that is PT Energy Management Indonesia. They said that there is some of the obstacle that Indonesia already has, firstly related with the technology that Mr. Rafa said, secondly about the funding, thirdly about the readiness of the expert that will be implementing of the renewable energy. That the obstacle that already got. Exactly. If we talk about just only governments, I think that's not enough. Because the core problem why we should create renewable energy, because based on the predicted, the researchers said in 2015 the fossil fuels will be demolished. Disappear too. Like solar, premium, or something else, our energy or something, and that will be demolished. So how could it be if we don't have any energy? Because to create fossil fuel, it needs 100 or 1,000 years later to create that energy. So that's why in developed country right now, renewable energy, it's one of the solution, to protect and also to create a good energy for saving, especially for saving this world. Because the impact of the fossil fuel also, that is the global warming too. Carbon dioxide or something else. What is the weaknesses of Indonesians?
I think the weakness of Indonesian, it is less in considerateness from the people, and it is so no awareness from the government to the netizen.
The potential of renewable energy in Indonesia is spread widely in Indonesia. Okay, maybe in this part of country there's some potential of renewable energy. So is the people accept who has a responsible to keep or to improve their renewable energy, accept them.
Of course, everyone around them was.
So how the way?
Of course, everyone around Jatiluhur that has an obligation for keep it, especially in there, like that. And how the ways for keep it? The ways for keep it, I think it is keep it well.
Example.
You should elaborate more, Sophia, to make look understand.
It does not make it broke.
Okay, I try to go straight about our discussions. Mr. Bilang questions exactly stated what is the weaknesses or the obstacle that we already got to implement the renewable energy. I already stated, based on the PT Energy Management Indonesia, there are some obstacles related with technology, funding, and the readiness of the researcher, or stakeholder to renewable energy. And Mr. Sophia give addition to because is the government rule that less consideration, less consideration to make applicant real for the renewable energy itself. Is there anything also? What is the weaknesses? What is the weaknesses? The weaknesses that Indonesia has to make renewable energy.
The human resource also that's
Influence.
give the big impact, because if Indonesia has the facilities or some IT, but people can understand what is the technology that they have, they will be not.
What I mean here is you really say that we less of educate people, but we already know in university we have some major related with technology, techniques or something else. So what is the role of that student? Yeah, could you tell me more about that one or something else? Yeah, we already have UI or UGM or ITB, who famous about the technicians, about renewable energy. So what is the function of that university? Is there something problem? Everybody heard?
Some of our people that will feel proud if they stay in another country. So they have been studied here and been give the magister, but they can do what they have studied in their own country.
So do you think that it was nonsense if we go abroad for studying and then we come back to our own country and for implementing our knowledge that we got?
Yeah.
Is that meaning that if we go abroad for studying, is that futile or is that nonsense?
Not about the study, but about the work.
Tell us.
Well, maybe I got this idea. I couldn't agree more with her. Yeah, let's see one of the scientists named Habibie or Gilang, who has found the new rules, in finding the minyak bumi in shortest way and effective time. But when he wanted to apply in Indonesia, he got some obstacle from human resources, technology, and the point is appreciate from the societies and also the government. So he decided to go abroad because the government in let's say Netherlands more appreciate him, and he funded in the university to more explore in his field. Maybe less of appreciate.
Less of appreciates of the government. That is the weakness. Do you think that the problem is just only that one? How about the funding? Does we have a huge money to make renewable energy?
We have huge debt.
No.
Huh?
I think less, because in our
That's my
economy,
We have debt to the other country, debt for other sector. So for this technology, also this is less. I read that the estimate for the renewable energy is 10 million. That's is the smallest than the other sector. So how we can happen this renewable energy if the estimate also less?
So, Miss Sophia, to create of renewable energy is expensive or cheapest?
I think cheap.
Oh, cheap.
To create our renewable energy, especially in Indonesia, I think cheap.
Sure?
Expensive.
Which one is
Okay.
What about different with hers? No, because we have any SDM here, so just back up it and made it to like turbine. Like
Wind energy, yeah, it's cheap or something. Sun energy.
I think that, yeah, the sun is free.
Yeah, the sun is free.
The sun is free, but
What is the name? Yeah, panel sun.
I think it's for make it we can use our student college from ITB to make it. Yes, and it's also not buy from another country. It is maybe cheap, not expensive.
Not cheap.
Miss Sophia, how you can say that cheap? Can you give us the comparison from the other country example, from the wine example, yeah? How if we made it in Indonesia and in the other country? Yeah, what is
Denmark,
the proof?
Like in here, the example of Denmark right now, the government decided to switch the total energy supply 100%, or the target 100% in 2050. So what is the differences between Denmark and Indonesians? What is the differences policy or the readiness of the developed country with Indonesians?
This field as their priority, so they spend more funding in renewable, because they aware that in long term unrenewable energy will disappear.
Yeah.
And to solve the problem, we have to really utilize this energy. So spending more funding is one of the risks that they have to decide.
No, forward generations, Denmark, Germany, South Australia and USA already have achieved high integrations of variable renewable energy. And they have set the goals in 2015, the total 100% they use renewable energy. So what is differences?
As I saw in Indonesia, okay, Indonesia has many natural sources. Okay, from hydro, yes, even German, so the other country who has achieved that renewable energy, they have not natural source as we have. Okay, they have a good system for that and a good technology, so they have a good resolution for that, so they have many target for that. So Indonesia, we have many weaknesses as we discussed before. So we have a difficulty for reach this renewable energy, because example we have many natural source, so we send it to other country, so we buy that after producing, we buy that more expensive. So we have what we say.
That the system, the oil systems that we buy it like we send to another country.
Oil, wood. So
anybody know? Do you think Pertamina? What we know right now is Pertamina is the largest factory or BUM and that create the natural resource of our energy. Do you think that just only Pertamina is the highest? What is the position of Pertamina? You will be saying how many factory that exist in Indonesia exploit our natural resources? How many foreign factory that exist in our country? And who is the largest? What company? Chevron? Who's belong Chevron?
USA, California. More than 180 countries in the world.
Just only Chevron? No. China has factory or energy in our country. Malaysia, Singapore too. Look at, find it, the information. Dutch too. So what is the position of Pertamina? You know?
I think only the what?
Reseller.
Reseller. Reseller.
That is the problematic thing, simple problematic things about the factory.
Only the distributor maybe.
You know? That one. Why energy is really important? Is there correlation with his problem? In his country problem, Libya or something else is Iraq? Correlation with energy? Is there correlations or not? Energy and also the chaos or the chaos that happen in Eastern countries right now. Is there correlations?
Between
Yeah, the importance of energy in this world and also the world that only exists in the Eastern country. Because Eastern country only know that has the huge of oil. And oils right now is really expensive. Why Dubai is the richest country right now? Because Dubai or United Emirates Arab has
great potential
in oil system. Yeah, your family in Dubai will be give fundings or salary directly without get a job or something else if you live in Dubai. Yeah, you will get 10 million there, live there. Is there a correlation? Yeah, we talk about it's large motion exactly related with renewable energy. Okay, next. My questions. What is the economic things if we use the renewable energy?
What is the economic thing if we use?
Renewable energy. The
Especially-
economic, the positive thing if we use renewable energy in economic side. That in Indonesia that will only get us.
I think in Indonesia, if we use in
Yeah.
renewable energy, economic Indonesia will decrease than before. Because why? Because because as we know that if we use renewable energy, that we have to buy machine from another country, that we need more money for buy it. It's for the first model. For buy it is will decrease our money in Indonesia.
This is true. I have ever watched the news
Yeah.
that in one village there is what we call with biogas, and then it is derived from human basis. Yeah, excess. And then it can produce the gas for maybe for people for cooking, and then it is shared freely for the people who live in that village. I think it can increase the people prosperous in Indonesia.
But what do you think about if we buy some mechanic from another, like a turbine, like what just now you say that will decrease our.
I think because biogas in Indonesia is nearly over, so it must be changed by renewable energy. If we use renewable energy, we can.
Biomass is renewable energy, right?
What? Fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Fossil fuels. If
Yeah.
the fossil fuels nearly over in this country, in Indonesia,
Yeah.
so we must to use another alternative like renewable energy.
Yeah. So what is the
Also-
positive thing in economic side?
Yes, also we gonna use a high budget for the first time, but in the future we will get another benefit.
Now, what's the benefit?
Diplomatic answer. Economic thing yang jalan. Good. And then
Maybe the benefit like this world will be more safe because we don't use fossil fuels again. We can see the effect from fossil fuels like the pollution and and like global warming. its effect from the fossil fuels too.
That will be more worse in the future. Yeah, it's better for us to spend much money for the first time, yeah, rather than we get the worst and we should cure it. Yeah, about that worst. I think yeah, that's a good idea. The calculating apa? Yeah, managing. Nice answer. Yeah.
She concluded the whole
Nice with that. Good. Next questions, Fanny.
Okay, my question is, what is your opinion about student of SMK in Indonesia
Yeah, good.
who use the renewable energy from the sun?
Is there an example of SMK has some innovations to create sunlight as sun energy?
I forget
Yeah.
the name of SMK,
Okay.
but I have watched one of school, that
Yeah.
SMK use the sun for car.
Oh, yeah. I have heard. Okay, good. So what is your opinion about that one? So we have potency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a good project for us because it can help our progress in Indonesia to a good project in Indonesia is to increasing our ability, and it's to improving our skill, especially for our junior. Like,
Can you explain this?
Have you ever heard the news that there's the boy from Aceh who found the renewable energy that he can produce the electricity from Kadongdong?
oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Bioenergy.
yeah.
That include bioenergy.
Yeah,
right?
by energy.
Bioenergy, right?
And I have seen also from the Instagram that yeah,
Less attentions.
yeah, maybe for the first time when that boy found what those renewable energy, yeah, the government such kind of blind of that. Yeah, the Mr. President didn't come to Aceh, but who came to Aceh is General Gatot Nurmantio, and now after what maybe, and I have heard also that boy has got the scholarship also, but now that renewable energy is never heard anymore.
Like SMK. A long time ago is really famous. After Jokowi become president, what is the next of SMK?
So that's the problem, I think. So yeah, it's still related with Fanny's questions. Yeah, SMK maybe it can be alternative for human resources, especially in renewable energy. But still, the problem is located in government appreciation.
And then how many SMK does consist of energy? Do you know the history of creating SMK in 2010? All kinds of stakeholders of education started to create SMK as one of the solutions to preparing human resources in order to create with, implementing with job or something else. So right now, does SMK are already, ready for preparing kinds of energy?
Usually the graduation from usually the graduation from SMK is what less confident to not to work. What you say? Yeah, to act in working area. Yeah. usually so their capability less than the other graduation maybe from national school, etc.
I think what they thought is only for how to work, and never think about how to work. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
This is
Work orientation.
Yeah, work orientation.
Not to create a market, but they have a market for working.
Okay. Nice. And then, Sophia, is there anything?
This is my topic.
No. Yeah, later. It's still why exactly. Yeah, surely. Next, Rafa, questions?
Okay, my question is, what will happen if the renewable energy doesn't work well in economic side? Because just now from Mita the benefit we will get in the future if we use renewable energy, as you said in your presentation, that in hotel you said that. Nah, after we use it, maybe we can improve our like pariwisata and then the other sector by energy, so we can get feedback to us. Example, now in pariwisata in our country that make use energy to working their or tools Nah, so what will happen if the renewable energy doesn't work well?
I think if the renewable energy doesn't work well, it will make our country is less or like that. I'm not focused. Okay, pardon, repeat it, miss.
Okay, what will happen if the renewable energy doesn't work well? As we know that if the renewable energy we make it or we use it from now, that we will get feedback or benefits in the future.
Okay, sorry, because if renewable energy is never over, because renewable energy is sources from sunlight, rain, or wine or another. If we use from now, maybe it is better than we use use fossil like that. If we use always use fossil, it's will over. But if renewable energy, it never over. And as we know in Scientific American article that we only hang on to the solar system or wind system like hydropower, as I said just now.
How about nuclear?
Oh, I think it's nuclear by.
No. It's derived from what we call radioactive.
Yeah. Is there a case of what? Nuclear tragedy?
Hiroshima Nagasaki.
Hiroshima Nagasaki
Nuclear weapon.
Is there cases?
Fukushima.
Yeah.
And then in what Uni Soviet?
What?
Yeah.
That Uni Soviet Ukraine.
North Korean.
What? Chernobyl. Until now, that city is a dead city. Chernobyl. Look at Chernobyl case. Have you ever read Chernobyl?
Chernobyl?
Anis, Mita, cerebral case? Do you remember in debate? We ever discuss about this one? Cerebral cases. Until now, yeah, that one of the the tragedy or the accidents. If you use nuclear. Nuclear is one of the renewable energy too. Nuclear. Yeah, the dangerous thing if nuclear create to be weapon. It's dangerous thing. Okay, and then so the last conclusion is, because the time is open.
Conclusion is
The conclusion is we have don't worry about we use renewable energy because renewable energy is never over. That's for me, thanks.
So I try to summarize what we'll discuss in this season. Firstly, we know about renewable energy. What is the importance of renewable energy? That for to replace the fossil fuel, that what we worry is the fossil fuel create firstly of the global warming. Secondly, it will be demolished, in 2015. So that's why we need some revolutions. We need that solutions. That renewable energy is one of the solutions for creative ones. But in our discussions, Indonesians didn't ready for implementing 100% renewable energy because of some obstacle. Firstly, related with the technology. Secondly, about the fundings and also about the expertise. And because related with the case, and exactly we have many things to do that we will be discussing because the time is limited. So we close our discussion by reciting Bas Alhamdulillah together.
Alhamdulillah.
And thank you to Mr. Sophia who already presented. And then for next, what I hope you good. I mean, you started. Yeah, we are learning here. Sophia, don't be down or something else. Yeah, this is what I want from this class. Yeah, the situation, the temperatures, our communications. That the point for
effort.
His effort. Is something that I did. And what I didn't find in this class is the critical thinking. We are still less the critical thinking. Surely, so that's why what I hope is that before you attend the class, I hope that you create or in something related with that, related with the material, because like Sophia already sent the material in afternoon, right? In afternoon already sent. So that at the times we read it. Also, what kinds of aspect in your opinion that exactly should be blown up in the discussions? So that's why, like me, I try to read, or because in here there is no resource related with the readiness of Indonesia. So that's why I try to make it, the data or something else. So that's why not only the presenter have their own resources, but also the audience too has to read or has their own resources. So that's why discussions will be more interesting. So for next week that we have a theme related with khilafah.
Yes.
Nice.
Khilafah.
Khilafah.
Kantoran HTI.
The resources of khilafah. Nice.
It's better in focus.
What I told to you, use PowerPoint to make it easy. Your presentation is really good. Jadi bisa lebih understanding lah. We can more understanding. What should I?
Introduce your name.
Please introduce your name.
My name is Hi, my name is Husni Sukri Hotami. Right now we have a class that international class, and I really excited for join this class.
Next, our participant.
My name is Bilal Muhammad Nawawi, and I think here I am as a newcomer in English RUWADA in international class.
Okay, okay, this our Dylan.
I've been loving this class. Yeah. It's named international class, and later on I will be the actual student international class in Birmingham University. I'm Jilan.
Okay, please introduce your name. Okay, what's your name?
Okay, my name is Anis Ransha, and tonight I attend this class just for watching them.
Okay, next. Rini.
Yes, my name is Rini Zaraini Nur Admi, and I coming for becoming a listener, watcher, and a student here.
My name is Tita. I coming here to watch the
The first impressions that you got in this class. What? Say it. The first impressions. Happy,
Mita.
nervous, or what like
Hello, my name is Mita. It is a new situation class that I have just now, and I like it.
Gia. Ini Red.
Iya sih dia nyumput.
My name is Dian Jihan, and I follow this class. Maybe I get knowledge and learn from this class.
Okay.
Okay, hello, my name is Fanian Pratmalia. Tonight I'm here in international class. I'm supposed to attend and to become a member of this class. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rafa Farida, and now I'm one of members in RUWADA International Class, and nice to meet with them. International class? Wow. Hello guys, my name is Sophia Ranja. I come from Singapore. Now let's join us in international class.
Singapura.
Well, it's you.
Okay. Hi, I am Hania Novianti. Okay, I support with this class, and I suppose that this international class will improve our skill especially in speaking in English. Yeah. Okay, we hope the big improvement not only in speaking but in thinking, and we have a critical thing for every issue which available in Indonesia maybe.
Nah, udah masalah. Bismillah.
So really, yeah, our resources. I mean, our